Welcome in, everyone. It is time to get super cozy, snuggle up, and dive right into tonight's bedtime explainer. We are going to explore a really classic story, one you might have already heard of, all about speed, patience, and a very famous race right in the middle of the forest. So as we settle down, I want you to think about something for me. Have you ever wondered if being the absolute fastest is always the best way to win? Well, tonight's story is going to show us that rushing isn't always the answer. Actually, taking your time can be the secret to doing something really, really wonderful. Let's find out together. Right, let's meet our two completely different animals. First up, we've got the hare. Now, he was very proud. He loved to boast about just how incredibly fast he was. And honestly, he kind of laughed at everyone else. And then we have the gentle tortoise. He was slow-moving, he was very quiet, and you know what? He was getting pretty tired of being teased by that hare. One sunny afternoon, the tortoise finally decided he had enough of all that teasing. He looked right at the proud hare, stood up as tall as a tortoise can, and bravely said, "I may be slow, but I can absolutely still race you." Well, you can probably guess what happened next. The hare just burst out laughing. He chuckled and told him, "You race me?" That is the funniest thing I have ever heard. He was so unbelievably sure of his own speed that the idea of someone so slow keeping up with him was just, well, ridiculous to him. But the challenge was set, and word spread through the trees like wildfire. Soon, every single animal in the forest gathered around to watch this big race. Little birds fluttered down, squirrels hopped onto the lowest branches, and a very smart fox was chosen to draw the starting line in the dirt and to mark the finish line way down the path. Here is a quick timeline of how this great forest race went down. As you'll see, things kick off super fast, they take a surprisingly sleepy turn in the middle, and then they end in a way literally nobody expected. Okay, so the animals grew super quiet. Everyone was watching with wide, eager eyes. And then, with a loud, exciting shout from the little fox, the race finally kicked off. "Ready, set, go!" echoed right through the trees. And whoosh, the hare used his amazing speed and immediately left the poor tortoise way, way behind on that dirt path. He shot forward literally like an arrow from a bow. In just a couple of seconds, he was basically out of sight. But after running just a short distance, the hare stopped. He glanced back down the long, empty path and made a very proud and honestly kind of silly decision. He smiled to himself and thought, "You know what? That tortoise is so far behind, I've got plenty of time to rest." Totally confident that he could never, ever lose to someone moving that slowly, the hare found a nice, comfortable, shady spot under a big green tree. He lay right down in the soft grass, closed his eyes, and drifted into a really deep, peaceful sleep. Meanwhile, way far behind him, the tortoise had a completely different strategy. He kept a very steady pace by sticking to 3 simple, rock-solid rules. Number 1, keep moving forward. Number 2, do not stop to rest. And number 3, do not get distracted by anything. And the amazing thing here is that the tortoise never once looked back. He kept his eyes locked right on the goal. Step by step, inch by inch, our gentle tortoise quietly made his way down the dirt path. No, he wasn't fast, but wow, was he incredibly determined. So after a very long time, right as the sun was starting to set, the hare finally woke up from his big nap. He stretched out his legs, gave a big yawn, looked down the path toward the finish line, and oh boy, he realized his terrible mistake. He was completely shocked to see the little tortoise almost at the very end. He jumped up in a total panic. He sprinted as fast as his strong legs could possibly carry him, kicking up this huge cloud of dust. But it was far too late. All the forest animals were already cheering their hearts out because the quiet, slow tortoise crossed the line first. And here is exactly why the hare lost. The poor, embarrassed hare finally realized that simply being fast wasn't the only thing that mattered. Sure, natural talent is a great gift, but to truly succeed, you absolutely need discipline, quiet patience, and a whole lot of hard work. Actually, let's talk about discipline for a second, because the tortoise showed us exactly what it means with every single slow step he took. It means continuing to work hard, staying steady at a task, without giving up or getting distracted, even when everyone else is resting. As all the animals celebrated together under the evening sky, the gentle tortoise just smiled at his friend the hare and delivered the ultimate lesson of our bedtime explainer today. A gentle reminder we can all keep in our hearts. Slow and steady wins the race.
So, as you drift off to sleep tonight, I want you to think about this final question. Remember, you really don't always have to rush to do something wonderfully. What is something special that you can do slowly and steadily tomorrow? Take a deep breath, take your time, and rest well.